Unless you live in a bubble or away from basic human contact, you must have realized that the elites always want to divide and conquer. This applies not only to men and females, but to other so-called dichotomies too. Gay versus straight, black versus white, left versus right, progressive versus conservatives, Democrats versus Republicans, and the list goes on and on. However, in practice, regular people couldn't care less because they've got more important problems to deal with, such as paying their rent, putting food on their tables, and paying their bills. Although modern times dictate that gender roles are nothing but a social construct and terms like toxic masculinity circulate on the internet, the reality is that men still must deal with lots of social expectations. This video will not only address some outrageous double standards men must put up with, but also why true masculinity is getting attacked day after day. Stay tuned because I promise that I will remove any questions you may have. You'll understand what true masculinity is, and most importantly, why it is so crucial. But before we go deeper, let me share the comment of the day. This time it was hard to choose a single winner because you guys are amazing. Let me share first the honorable mention and then the winner. The honorable mention goes to Barsoom43. He said, "Never tell a woman how much she hurt you, and never, ever weep over one. She'll see you as weak and will disrespect you for it. Never take a cheater back. They are damaged and will cheat again. I know this from personal experience. A woman will make the life of a good man a living hell. A pilot buddy of mine said there are 3 things you never buy, only rent: boats, airplanes, and women. One more thing. The reason most married men die before their wives is because they want to." I agree. Ever heard the phrase, "she's not just, it's just your turn"? The same applies to women. And I really love how you put it. In reality, once a cheater, always a cheater, so as a man, it's not a good idea to save disloyal chicks from their demons. Instead, stay away from them as much as possible. If you want loyalty, don't expect it from a modern chick. And now, today's winner is Darth Joel. He said, "What can a modern woman give a man that a pet cannot? I would rather go through a heartbreak losing a pet than being taken to the cleaners/cheated on. I know the pet would be loyal." You're absolutely right. That's why I say that loyalty from modern women is almost non-existent. But I know from experience that a dog, and pretty much most pets, will throw a party every time you come back home. Please, Darth Joel, don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5. As usual, guys, I will pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most light, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment, and you may be our next winner. Now, back to the video. It's obvious that most people prefer feelings and emotions over facts. If you say 2 + 2 = 4, but the government says it is 5, you'll be persecuted and called names. If you live in the West, especially in the States, chances are you realized that feminine men are celebrated and masculine women are admired. That's why Vogue put Harry Styles wearing a dress on their magazine cover. Social dynamics are changing drastically, and men who believe in genuine masculinity, more on that in a moment, find themselves in the middle of nowhere. Either they hardly find women worth dating or fellow men to form a brotherhood. No wonder why many men are subscribing to the MGTOW philosophy and finding a lot of comfort and comprehension in the community. Now that I have briefly explained the overall situation, let's see why masculinity is not cherished and what masculinity really is. First, the word masculinity has become a dirty word because what used to pass for liberalism and a fight for women's rights has long turned into a euphemism for abhorrent, self-involved, and aggressive behavior that not only accepts no criticism, but also attacks men on all fronts. This is textbook genocentrism, not to mention totalitarianism. Let me put it this way. No matter how outlandish, men are constantly harangued, harassed, and painted up as molesters, wife beaters, and many more negative names. Masculinity's meaning has been criminally twisted to the point where it is defined as everything wrong is men. The fact that most men aren't like that does not matter to modern society and its government-sponsored agents. It serves as a convenient guilt-free pretext to attack all men and tar them with the same brush. Never mind the fallout personally or socially. No male can now safely stop to help a child that looks either lost or in distress, without fear of suddenly having cops swarming all over them or women screaming out child molester. Of course, the fact that women also molest children. Look at all the recent cases of female teachers bedding down students, physically assault men at almost the same rates, while thinking nothing of it, like there's some kind of unwritten rule that says it's okay, and also indulge in sexual assault and harassment that they laugh off as not being the same, is all beside the point. We live in a world that's light years away from finding any kind of equality between the genders, and one of the most fundamental reasons behind it is that women point blank refuse to accept that they have issues that need addressing as well, not least being the fact that they need to deal with their own violence, their own harassment and sexism, and their chronic refusal to accept responsibility for their own behavior and actions, instead of perceiving gynocentrism as a get-out-of-jail-free card they can use as an excuse anytime they feel like it. Countries like the US, Australia, and the UK have become extremely hostile environments for men, and the educational systems, largely run on entrenched gynocentric mandates destined to promote the interests of female students, do not help at all. Yes, you heard that right. Female interests are promoted because most students are female. Where is the male privilege? Liberals and progressives always talk about the importance of the educational system. What they really mean is that they want to invade it to brainwash future generations. Then, the mass media further promotes these gynocentric narratives, vilifying men and perpetuating the sainthood, empowerment, and prowess of women at all times. How often do you see cases of a woman being violent towards his husband? Rarely. Even male journalists have to kneel down and submit to the government and corporate interests that have nothing to do with the well-being of men. Intellectuals often align with these dialectics because reality and truthfulness get hijacked, and gynocentrism gives off the feeling that not agreeing with the principles is far-right, anti-scientific, and religious bigotry. In reality, if you've got a bit of awareness, you perfectly know that the truth has no political affiliations. Having said that, let me share with you what masculinity is, and regardless of women saying that toxic masculinity is out there and we have to castrate men, the following traits are fundamental for the prosperity of civilization. Courage. In times of cowardice and fear to speak up, being courageous is standing up for your rights. Many just blindly comply, but courage demands questioning authority and respecting oneself. Ambition and drive. Society wants men to be corporate slaves, obedient citizens, and taxpayers, while wives are climbing up the corporate ladder and kids are brainwashed in school. Once the working hours are over, the Matrix wants to make you believe that all you have to do is Netflix and chill, work until Friday, and then you'll be able to have some time for yourself on the weekend. Integrity. While most people out there are traitors, being honest and faithful is the key to setting yourself apart. Most men do not keep their word, talk too much, and do too little. Masculine guys are the complete opposite. They hold themselves accountable and do whatever they can to improve your situation. Most importantly, they work while nobody sees them. Interestingly, the average modern woman expects loyalty from her boyfriend while texting her ex or a friend with benefits. Dignity. With lots of men being simps and putting women on a pedestal, having dignity is a must. Masculine men respect themselves and don't let anyone walk over them. And yes, they treat women as humans, not as flawless angels. Because in reality, no woman is like that, to be honest. Other masculine traits are responsibility, honesty, loyalty, etc. All in all, I think you get what masculinity is and isn't. Let's make it clear that masculinity is not toxic, but rather crucial. Since masculinity's meaning has been twisted, it is important to go back to the basics and recall some basic concepts modern women and global elites don't even want you to know. As a man, you should not allow anyone to take power from you. I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? What does masculinity mean for you? Have you ever thought about the decline of masculinity this way? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful, hit the like and subscribe buttons, comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.